Ladies and gentlemen, it is heating up on the Suns trade front as they are expected to make some big time moves ahead of this deadline. If they can't get their main man in Jimmy Butler, rumors have suggested that the Suns could be opening to trading Kevin Durant with multiple teams interested in the superstar. And we're going to be breaking down all of that and how it would affect Mike Budenholzer's offense and the direction that this Phoenix Suns team is looking to go towards. We'll be diving into all of that and more on this episode of Suns Digest. I am Bruce Velez, and you guys have been absolutely fantastic, showing your love and support for Curtis and I. We really do appreciate all the love you guys have been giving us, but if you want to make sure you stay up to date on every single update, like this one leading up to the trade deadline as it's breaking down on Thursday, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button to stay up to date, and let us know what you told me think about this Phoenix Suns team as they are nearing the deadline and gearing up to make some big time swings. Without further ado, though, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into the video at hand. Make sure to grab that snack. And like I said in the introduction, the Suns are set on this, and the Suns are working towards getting something done. But if not, they might have to ultimately pivot their direction. And that's where we've seen the reports with Kevin Durant. And over the last couple hours, we have seen them really pick up in these discussions. But we've seen earlier today from Grant Afseth, Dallas Mavericks reporter, saying multiple league sources have told me that there's increasing belief that Kevin Durant lands with the Golden State Warriors. Plenty has to happen, but the Warriors' pursuit of this trade has been aggressive. Just figured I'd mention this as something to watch as the deadline looms. And this is something that we broke down yesterday as reports were coming out from Sports Illustrated Chris Mannix, amongst many others, that the Warriors could be interested in a Durant pursuit. And John Gambadaro, our Suns insider, let us know yesterday that he mentioned that the Warriors have been aggressive on looking to see if the Suns would move Kevin Durant. The Suns have gotten calls from quite a few teams on KD, but he think a lot of it depends on if they can land Butler or not. And we saw Durant ruled out with an ankle injury for Wednesday's game, listed as doubtful. And a lot of fans, including myself, were getting very scared that this could ultimately mean that Durant could be moved. But Eddie Gonzalez, Banksy, obviously Kevin Durant's best friend, let us know that Kevin did actually tweak his ankle. And we all know that the Suns' main pursuit is to get Jimmy Butler. And we've seen the reports with even new ones coming out from The Athletic in the last hour that the Warriors, Heat, and Suns have discussed a trade that would send Andrew Wiggins to the Heat and Jimmy Butler to the Suns. So could that be gaining some more momentum? Could that be gearing up for the Phoenix Suns? I truly do hope so. Like Gambadaro has kind of let us know, the main move is for the Phoenix Suns to build around Kevin Durant, to build around Devin Booker. And that's what all us Sun fans want to see. We all want them to get out of this second apron, all of them to move off Bradley Beal's contract. That's been the main push to get Jimmy Butler to solve all these issues. But with obviously the complications of a second apron team, having a no trade clause, Jimmy Butler only realistically demanding Phoenix, Miami not wanting to take basically any package for Jimmy Butler, it's been really difficult as Suns fans to just hear the news, hear the jargon, hear all of that. But with the trade deadline looming, we're obviously seeing more and more reports come out that the Suns are still aggressive on wanting to get Jimmy Butler, and that's what I want to see. I don't want to see Kevin Durant traded. I know as Suns fans that would rip our heart out. We wanted Kevin Durant to come here to win a championship with Devin Booker to bring us back to that promised land from 2021, and we've yet to see so with Durant. And I don't want this tenure to end. I don't want it to be written short due to the fact of the other limitations on this Suns team. Because as we've seen with Durant, with Booker, both of these star players can be effective for this Suns team and could be that number one and number two guy if they have the right pieces around him. But are the Suns ultimately screwed by being in the second apron, having too many contracts, and having too many similar players on their roster? That is what time will tell. But I ultimately think we should still pursue Jimmy Butler, like Gambardaro has been saying. But I want to know your thoughts as we dive into the next part. As like I mentioned, the Kevin Durant kind of craze has been going wild. And I actually hit the wrong button. I don't know why it's doing that. But what is this second option? As we see Suns fans, we obviously know that there is a possible second option. Sorry for those little glitches right there. But there is a possible second option for this team. And like we mentioned, it's moving off of Kevin Durant. And like we've seen, not only from the Warriors being interested, but other teams as well, as the Dallas Mavericks reportedly looking to add Kevin Durant next to Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis, and also the Houston Rockets have shown interest in Kevin Durant as well. And that's to be expected, obviously, with the Rockets holding the Suns' future first-round picks. The Rockets are definitely going to be a team involved with a lot of young talent, a lot of tradable contracts. They could definitely get Kevin Durant or Devin Booker, regardless how they feel. I ultimately think they would rather Devin Booker, would rather hold out for a player in Devin Booker, and would rather see how this Kevin Durant kind of Jimmy Butler saga unfolds for the Phoenix Suns over these next 24 to 48 hours before they ultimately decide to kind of go in and do that. I think they'll ultimately hold and wait for the offseason to see what happens with the Suns and this team, regardless if it's Booker or if it's Durant. But the Mavericks being interested, the Warriors being interested, some people have thrown the Thunderers around as a team that could be interested. A lot of names have been interested in Kevin Durant. And why not? Kevin Durant is one of the league's best players. He's an all-star starter, was playing like an MVP type player when the Suns were on that dominant win streak to start off the season, but ultimately got hurt. Things got ruined for this Suns team, and that's what we ultimately saw fall apart. And I'd love to see player like Kevin Durant to be able to do that with this Phoenix Suns team. I want to see them put the right pieces around them. They have Ryan Dunn. They have some of these young guys. They do have some other tradable contracts. Guys like Grayson Allen, Yusuf Nurkic, which we'll get into in a later video if you guys want to check that out. That's going to be coming out right after this one, as the Suns are interested in making deals with Yusuf Nurkic as well and are aggressive on that trade front. We know the Phoenix Suns want to make moves. They've been trying to make moves for weeks, months. That's why their name has been thrown around Jimmy Butler. That's why they've been linked to him. Matt Ishbia wants to pay him. He wants to play for Matt Ishbia. He wants to play with alongside Durant and Booker. He wants to be on this team. And I think the Phoenix Suns, like I said, will make sure that they go out and try to do that. I don't see the Phoenix Suns turning a blind eye on a Kevin Durant trade until the last hour or two, unless they feel fully confident that Jimmy Butler is not moving or Jimmy Butler cannot get to the Phoenix Suns with an hour or two left to go. That's ultimately when I think they will decide to pivot, but I don't think that they're going to see any pivoting happening in this very moment. Kevin Durant has stated multiple times he wants to stay in Phoenix. He came to Phoenix for a reason, and he wants to sign that extension. And yes, obviously getting that extension done probably means bringing Butler in, but why not? Why not? You have a team of Booker, Butler, Durant, Ryan Dunn, Nick Richards, depending on what you move Yusuf Nurkic for, Grayson Allen possibly for, Tyus Jones for. You could have a solid bench with Royce O'Neal, Monte Morris in sporadic minutes, with some other guys as well. And that truly could set you apart in the Western Conference. Maybe not a top 3 team, not a top 4 team, but a team that can be competing, a team that could be a scary first round matchup. And as we saw with the Dallas Mavericks last season, making some big trade deadline moves to help bolster their performances, anything can happen. Regardless of the seed, you can make the finals. We saw that with Jimmy Butler in the Miami Heat team as an 8 seed. And I'm not saying that that would happen again with this Phoenix Suns team, but having a player with that engine, with that motor would be absolutely fantastic. And I don't think that the Suns turn a blind eye and look to move Durant at this very moment. But I want to know your thoughts, like I said, down below in the comment section. Ultimately, let me know what you guys think the Phoenix Suns should do. Are you guys in the move for going for Jimmy Butler? Are you guys in the move for going for trading Kevin Durant? I want to know your personal thoughts. Like I said, Curtis and I will be here breaking down everything Phoenix Suns related. So if you want to make sure you stay up to date on everything, make sure to hit the like, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and let us know what you ultimately think down below. Make sure to join us on Thursday as we'll be live once again with our weekly live stream, going over everything trade deadline from the Suns perspective, from the NBA perspective, and overall analyzing how this Suns team really competes with this second half of this season. We'll have to see what shakeups ultimately happen. But like I said, you guys have been great. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your night, and go Phoenix Suns. Peace out, everyone.